Hello Murder Crew, welcome to another Pokemon guide. Today our spotlight Pokemon is Alolan Ninetales. So who is Alolan Ninetales? Ninetales is based on a fox, particularly the kitsune of Japanese legend, which have many tails, extremely long lifespans, and can breathe fire. But for this case we're doing Alolan Ninetales, so it's gonna be ice. After living a long time, Kitsune take on spirit forms, which may explain why Ninetales can learn ghost-type moves. In particular, Ninetales is based on a Kitsune of advanced age whose fur has turned silver gold, and upon gaining its ninth tail has gained powers equivalent to a deity, bearing omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience. But Alolan Ninetales seems to be based on Arctic foxes. So, the original Ninetales is based off the Kitsune, but the Alolan Ninetales is more of like a Arctic fox. So one sounded way cooler than the other, but you know, Arctic foxes are really cool too and cute. So let's go move on to Alolan Ninetales stat sheet. Alright, as you can see here, the stats look pretty nice for Ninetales, especially in the special defense and speed portions. It's an ice fairy, so I think it's the most unique typing in the game. I don't think there is another ice fairy type in the game. So that's why Ninetales is a standalone. The abilities are Snow Cloak and Snow Warning. And the stats are 73 hit points, 67 attack, 75 defense, 81 special attack, 100 special defense, and 109 speed. So it's got pretty nice special defense and speed, so it can make up for a lot of its other lacking stat categories like the others. Special attack is a decent amount, but then again, it's not that much either. Alright, let's head over to Alolan Ninetales' weaknesses and resistances. As you can see here, it's damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, ground, ghost, water, grass, electric, psychic, and fairy. So it has a lot of neutral resistances towards much of the field. So not a lot of it is really strong against it, but it is weak to poison, rock, steel, and fire due to its its ice and fairy typing. Steel and poison are what targets mostly, but you'll see a lot of fire and rock type moves in the Coliseum, so I'd be aware of that. Be careful of Gengar using its Sludge Bomb on Ninetales. But yeah, so just be very wary that Ninetales could get wrecked easily by these type of Pokemon. It's immune to Dragon type moves because it's a fairy type, and it's strong. It's resistant towards Bug, Ice, and Dark type Pokemon. So make sure that you're aware of all these, but it's neutral to most of the field. All right, let's head over to Pokemon Showdown. I'll see you guys over there. Alright, here we are on Pokemon Showdown. We're going to be doing pretty much a setup of how we're going to set up our Ninetales. There's a lot of moves in Brick Bronze that aren't available right now, and Ninetales is mostly made up of Egg-type moves and TMs. It never really learns the things that it does leveling up. This will be the set I will be using in Brick Bronze, so this will be my own take on this. We're going to go Life Orb as an item. Life Orb does 1.3 times damage and loses 1/10 its max hit points after the attack. So we're going to do a lot of damage with Ninetales to make up for its 81 base special attack. So that's the reason why we're going to use Life Orb here. The ability we're going to go with is Snow Warning. It's basically just a hail move. Every time it switches in, it will cause a hailstorm, which is very important, especially if you're going to go for a hail team. Our movesets we're going to use is a Moonblast. It can be learned by breeding with Sylveon. It's a fairy type move, 95 power, 100% accuracy, 30% chance to lower the target's special attack by 1. So pretty strong, especially it's going to have the fairy stab because Ninetales, which is weird to say, will have fairy stab. Our next move is Encore. Can be taught by Minccino. It's a normal type move, 100% accuracy. The target repeats its last move for 3 turns. So this will make sense for our next move that we're going to set up, but Encore can be really disruptive, especially if a Pokemon's going to try using setup moves themselves that won't be too backbreaking. And Ninetales is fast enough so they can probably use Encore before the other Pokemon can use another move. Our next move is Calm Mind. Calm Mind is a Psychic type move. Raises the user's special attack and special defense by 1. So while they're on Encore, we could be setting up Calm Mind for 1 to 2 turns. And for our final move is Blizzard. Because Ninetales is going to be having Snow Warning, Blizzard will have a 100% chance, or 100% accuracy in the hail, plus it will have Ice Stab, which will be 110 power. It has 10% chance to freeze the foe, so that's pretty good. Good chance to gain an edge in the battle by using that 10% chance. Alright, now there's other setups you can do here. You can go with, if these moves were in the game, you go Aurora Veil, and Aurora Veil reads, it's not in the game yet, but for 5 turns, damage to allies is halved in hail only. So it's very strong, especially if you want to be a support character like Ninetales should be. Our next move would be Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry, 70 power, 100% accuracy, 10% chance to freeze, super effective on water. So if you have trouble against water type Pokemon, Freeze Dry is definitely the way to go. For our third move, it would be Moonblast. Moonblast, we of course know what Moonblast is, or we can go Blizzard or Encore again. You go Encore, then set up Aurora Veil, and then switch to a different Pokemon. This would probably be Light Clay. Holders use of Light Screen or Reflect lasts 8 turns instead of 5, so Aurora Veil would go to 8 instead of 5, which is really good. And if not Light Clay, we'll go Leftovers. At the end of every turn, holder restores 1/16 of its maximum hit points. Now, of course, Snore Warning is always a must. Alright, so let's head over to our stats. Now, for both of these styles of Pokemon, if we had Freeze Dry and Aurora Veil available, we're still going to have Timid as our nature, raises speed and lowers attack. We're going to have max EVs in special attack and speed, and the rest in defense. So 252 in speed, 252 in special attack, 4 defense. And that is our Alolan Ninetales guide. Alright guys, if you guys liked the video, don't forget that like button. If you guys want to subscribe, you can subscribe as well. I can use all the support I can get. I'll see you guys next time. Murderface signing out. Later, guys.
All my ladies killing them, get them hands up. All my ladies killing them, get them hands up. And if you really killing them, keep them hands up. Keep them hands up. If you killing them, get them hands up. All my ladies killing them, get them hands up. And if you really killing them, keep them hands up. If you killing them.